OK, folks, let's have a look at tomorrow's Mail on Sunday newspaper. And it's a shocker. As Force faces brutality claims, dramatic new footage shows women officers punched to the ground before incident that sparked outcry. CCTV reveals vile attack on airport row police. There you go. This is the footage that has emerged. It's believed to capture the lead-up to the moment. Now suspended police officer kicked and stamped on a man at Manchester Airport. This video, obtained by Manchester Evening News, has been released as police attempt to pinpoint events leading up to the separate, widely shared video. And it appears to be police officers cruelly and appallingly attacked by these individuals, who were then later restrained by cops. So this one is going to change the hue of the story and how it's being debated, Benedict Spence.
Wow. It is, and this was why it was very important from the start that people did not jump to conclusions via one limited piece of footage that very clearly was coming at the end of an incident, not at the start, and that was entirely sort of devoid of context. Now, obviously, we don't want to get too much into the details because it's an ongoing investigation, but what I would say is, at the end of all of this, the individuals in question escaped, if you like, with rather minor injuries, be it the members of the public or the police officers, relatively minor injuries. This happened in an airport. Airports are incredibly high security areas. People are arrested for very little. And in other parts of the world, I have to be honest, they are treated much less, with much less tolerance than these officers reacted with, for far less than actually what happened here. I've been in airports where I have seen people being assaulted en masse, where I've seen guns being pointed at people for how they behave in an airport. They are high stress environments, and we all understand why that is. And so I think actually, whatever the outcome is of this investigation, I think we have to say we are very fortunate to live in a country where the standard response, even of armed police officers, is not to shoot individuals. That is what usually happens in these sorts of situations, not just in the third world, in America, in France, in places like that. That would be the standard response. And I think we have to be very grateful that that is not how our police officers tend to behave in this country.
Indeed. I mean, now we have the context. We've got an earlier video before the police took one individual and obviously dealt with them quite brutally. This officer involved, who's now been suspended, is he the victim of trial by social media, Diana?
I've got a feeling he is, because there's more coming out. Do you know, at the time I thought to myself, there was a report that a woman officer had a broken nose, and I thought there must have been something going on previously to have sparked all of this off. So we've got to be careful, haven't we? You can't just judge something by that one little bit of footage that gets put up on social media.
And these cops are damned if they do and damned if they don't, aren't they?
They just, yes. We want them to be effective. We don't want them just standing around sort of smiling. But as you say, they're damned if they do and damned if they don't.
Yeah, I mean, who would be a cop in 2024, Lisa?
Well, not me. I mean, I would never be a cop.
Can I just say, I think you would look terrific in uniform.
No, I would never be.
Can I just say you can arrest me anytime?
Well, I've probably on this...
Pass me the handcuffs.
I'm ignoring that. I'm moving on. But I think probably on this panel, I've probably had the most contact with police because I've been arrested.
Because you're a bad person.
Well, I've been arrested a lot of times.
Have you really?
Yeah, because I've done a lot of protesting in my life.
Okay.
So I've done, and I can just tell you now.
I thought it was white wine at Waitrose.
No, it was definitely protesting. I once got arrested for not putting a sticker on a window.
That's crazy.
I know. Now, this is why I'm bringing this...
Because you are an activist and you're a very principled person.
Now, I know that the police... I know how they behave at their worst. I do know how they behave at their best. My dad was at Orgreave, so I know about the police. What surprises me is that these people at the airport, if you go punching police in the face, what do you think is going to happen? I come from, I know about contact with police. They do behave like this. It's just now that we've got cameras
Do
and
you
video.
think
We're actually kind of unique that it's not part of our culture.
Policing by consent.
Well, even
Yeah.
with firearms officers, they actually shoot people very rarely in this country, and they are almost entirely because it's a terrorist incident or an individual who has a gun, actually. And, again, I go back and say, if you look at the number of people who have been shot by police in this country over the last decade, it is thankfully very rare, and they are relatively, I think, very, very restrained when it comes to actually using lethal force, and we need to be thankful for that.